Hi, welcome to Finance. This is the College of Business course BUS330, Principles of Finance. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with this course and everything that's expected of you of this course. So it's important to watch this video to the very end. Now, the first thing we're going to do together is we're going to follow this menu path here. And the first thing in the menu path is announcements. So let's talk about some of the announcements. The first announcement is getting started with finance, which is basically what this video is about. So we're going to follow this six-step process here, which is basically watching this video, reading over, reviewing the announcements, registering for the homework manager, which comes with the textbook, the e-textbook, registering for the Zoom financial simulation, watching the Zoom videos. I'm going to have two videos here. One I already recorded on how to complete the first year, and the second is how to register and join a team, which is I'm going to make that video next. And then read the syllabus. So the next announcement is the course schedule. So I have the whole schedule of the course laid out from day one, which the course starts on January 24th, and it's asynchronous. So there's no specific time we're meeting or specific time you have to watch the lectures. The lectures will all be posted on YouTube, and you watch them when you have time to watch them. And you can really watch them anytime, anywhere. Since it's on YouTube, you can watch it on your phone, your tablet, your PC, your TV, many different opportunities. And that's the main reason I placed them on YouTube, so you have as many access points as possible to watch these videos. And as many technical free, because it's pretty easy and technically simple to work and play a video on YouTube compared to some of the other technology I've been testing. Anyway, these are the weeks. We have 15 weeks. The first 7 weeks includes a spring break in there. So we're going to be going over the chapters 1 through 10. Some chapters will be a time frame of 2 weeks, and some chapters will be a time frame of just 1 week. So we have a midterm on March 23rd for chapters 1 through 5, and then a final on May 11th for chapters 6 through 10. Okay, moving forward, here are the specific days and times for the midterm and final. Both are online, and I'll give you the whole day to plan when you want to take the test. Although when you do start the test, you have to complete it in one sitting. So there is a timer on the test, but you have the day to plan what part of the day would be best for you to take the exams. Okay. And the exams will both be hosted on the homework manager, which I call my finance lab. Now, the Zoom simulation, there's an announcement on the Zoom simulation. The class code is going to be spring 2022, and the simulation is going to be 40 points. The first 20 points are earned when you play the solo practice, and the next 20 points are earned when you play the team competition. Both of them have a points requirement. So for the solo practice, you have to make over 1,500 points, and for the team competition, you have to earn over 2,300 points to get the full 40 points of the simulation. Now, I put these points requirements because when I didn't put a points requirements in, people just slammed in any ridiculous number just to get the simulation over and didn't learn anything. So I find that putting a requirement of performance, students do a lot better in the comprehension of the topics. So there are going to be 6 years or rounds, round Y1 to Y6, that we're going to be competing in as a team. So you're going to be placed in a team with other students, and then you're going to compete against other students in the class. And these are the dates that each of the rounds are due, starting in February, ending in April. Okay. More on that later. I'm filming a separate video to go over how to register for the simulation and how to click join a team. Okay. My finance lab, this is the homework manager and e-textbook. So here you pay one fee and you get both the homework manager and the textbook, which is actually less than what you'd pay for the textbook by itself if you're buying the textbook new. Now, very, very important, when you register, please use the same first and last name that appears in Solar and in Blackboard. So if your name is something very, something you don't like to go by and you shorten it, say for example, your name is Michael and you go by Mike, don't do that. Use the same exact first and last name so I can identify you 100%. And the reason for that is this is a large class. There's a lot of students in this class, and I might have 5 students or more with the same last name. That's not uncommon. So if your first name isn't the first name that's in Solar or in Blackboard, then I'm not going to know who you are. I'm not going to be able to match you up to give you a grade at the end of the course. So make sure no nicknames. It's your actual first and last name. Okay. This is where you would go. This is the simple instructions on how to register for the homework manager, the course ID. Pretty standard stuff. I'm sure you've done it before. It's pretty simple and straightforward. But all the homework and exams will be in the homework manager, so you definitely need it to pass the class as well as the textbook. Here, speaking of the homework manager, here are the due dates. So every chapter we're going over in the textbook will have a corresponding due date for the homework, and I also threw in the midterm and final here as well. Okay. If you have problems with Pearson, signing up to the course, reading the ebook, taking the exam. For example, I had someone in the last class have problems doing the exam. So it took me a lot of emails back and forth before I set up a Zoom call, and I said, okay, share your screen. Oh, I can't share my screen because I'm trying to take the exam on my phone. Okay, that's not going to work. You have to take the exam on a PC or a MacBook, or a computer. You can't take it on a phone. So you have an issue with your technology, you contact Pearson support. They'll tell you what you can do. A lot of times it's simple stuff like you forgot to disable your pop-up blocker, or you might be using an obscure browser that isn't supported. So pretty simple stuff. But Pearson, I'm not a technical computer support person, so I typically can't help you if you have a computer issue with the homework manager. So you need to contact the Pearson support for those types of problems. I do have a video here for an Excel tutorial. So if you're not too familiar with Excel, I do have a little tutorial. And you can get Excel free at this web address from Stony Brook because you're a Stony Brook student. And you can get Excel and the whole Office package from Stony Brook for free because you're a student. Now, I don't have any assignments in Excel, but I do have lectures that show you Excel examples, and I do have spreadsheets that you can complete and follow along with the videos. So Excel is part of the class. I'm just not testing you or giving you homework in that area. Now, you might have a problem with the simulation, the fact that some teammates refuse to participate. So the second part of the Zoom simulation is a team assignment where you're going to be working with other students in the class to complete the assignment. So you're tasked with every member in the team to work together to complete the assignment. So communication is key. So you're going to have to work together to make all the decisions just like a real company. You're not going to divide the work up and do it separately. You have to communicate and work together as a team. Now, most likely you might have a student on your team who's not going to participate, return your emails, or completely ghost you and think they're going to get a free ride. So if you document their lack of participation, showing me that they're, having an email train or a discussion board where the student is not participating or not replying back to you, if you document that, you can make a case for that student to be removed from your team at the end of the simulation and stripped of any points that they can earn for part 2 of the simulation. So as long as you document a record of their non-participation, then at the end of the simulation, I can verify it and I can remove the points for them. But there's nothing I could do during the semester. You have to work with them as best you can during the semester. And that's really part of the assignment, is making sure you learn how to work as a team. This is something companies expect. Now, late assignments, there are no late assignments accepted for this course. I state this in the syllabus. I'm stating it now in the video. If you miss a homework, I can't allow you to get it done late. So there are no late assignments accepted. Just remember to get your homework done early. If you tend to have issues that prevent you from doing your homework, if you wait to the last minute, so if you're going to wait to 10 p.m. for homework that's due at 11:30 p.m. and your internet goes down, you have a fight with your family, your car breaks down, you get called into work, then you've missed the assignment and you're not going to get the points for it. So these type of life situations happen to you often. Do your homework early. I have all the homework set up now. You can start working on them as early as today. So you want to, give yourself a few extra days just in case something does happen, knowing that There is no late assignments accepted. And the reason for that is I have over 300 students I'm working with this semester. I just don't have the time to go back and reset all missed assignments. And, and when you do accept the late assignments, students start relying on that, and it just becomes a whole second part-time job for me to go in and reset and accept the late assignments. So you can understand how that's kind of a waste of my time. So I won't waste your time. Please don't waste my time. Also, if you're interested, you can get the Wall Street Journal for the year for $24. I have a web address here that you can click on this link if you want to get the Wall Street Journal. And that is, something that's good reading for any business student to understand what's happening currently in the business world, in the stock market, in the finance world. The Wall Street Journal is a good publication to start reading and becoming more fluent in current business happenings. And this is important because the financial news is something that could be involved in your interview. So on the interview, a lot of times they'll ask you about things in the news. What is the Federal Reserve currently doing? And what is the state of inflation? And what was last, so they might ask these general business knowledge just to see if you're someone who's business aware. So the Wall Street Journal is a good thing to have. It's not a requirement for the class, but just something, I figured I'd extend to you. They contacted me and said they're willing to offer this extremely discounted rate to students. So I'm just putting it out there if you want to get that. It's probably not a bad idea. And here are the grades for the courses. So basically, there can be a percentile grade that you can view on the My Finance Lab. All the grades will be on My Finance Lab. Nothing will be on Blackboard. And that percentage grade will translate into this letter grade, at the end of the course. Okay, so those are the announcements. Let's move on to the syllabus. So here is the syllabus for the course. And with the syllabus, you see it's the spring section. Here is my email address. I will have office hours online on Wednesdays between 1:30 to 2:30 p.m., but you will need an appointment. And so when I have an appointment, I can schedule a one-on-one session with you, and I can give you a link and a specific time for that. Now, also, we have the course description. So if you read over this, it'll give you the basic idea of the course, along with the course overview. The required materials for the course is the Principles of Finance with My Finance Lab, which is the Homework Manager and e-textbook, which you can easily get. I'll show you how in a second. The second thing is the Zoom financial simulation, which you can get at this website. And again, I'm going to show you separately how to easily get that. I also have the learning objectives for the course. I have course-specific learning objectives, things that I hope to get done, things that I hope you learn. The requirements for you, you're expected to read the textbook, work on the homework questions, and watch the class videos. And hopefully you become a little bit more aware of the current business news and things of that nature. Here are the grades. So it's 200 points in the class. If you divide by 2, you get your percentile rank, but the Homework Manager does that for you automatically. 40 points for the simulation, 60 points for the homework, and 50 points for each exam. And then again, the letter scale. We have the course overview as far as how the weeks, this is on the announcements with actual dates on the announcements, and just a couple other, critical things you should know at the end of the syllabus. So when you have the time, read over the syllabus for the course. It's pretty standard. I try to keep it as brief as possible. Now, to watch the class lectures for the class video lectures, you click on this button here, Class Video Lectures, and this will bring you over to YouTube. And then here on YouTube, if you see all the lectures for each chapter, generally each chapter I break out into 2 or 3 parts. For example, I have for Excel Chapter 1, I just have a 40-minute lecture, and I have 2 sets of Excel problems to review. But for Chapter 2, I break Chapter 2 into 2 lectures, a 45-minute and 29-minute lecture, plus a Chapter 2 Excel. So for each chapter, there's generally 2 to 3 videos per chapter to kind of break it up a little bit and give you some information in a way that's a little bit more organized. So all the videos are here in this playlist that you can watch, and you can always access it by clicking on this class of videos. Now, for additional documents in the class, I do have the PowerPoints, and the PowerPoints are by chapter, not by video. So for chapter 2 PowerPoints will cover both videos 1 and 2 for chapter 2. So the PowerPoints are just broken up in by chapter, but the videos I might break up to shorter videos just because, you know, a 2-hour video or a longer just may just not be ideal for uploading and playback. I also have here the chapter Excel examples. So in the videos, when you go on the videos, I have the Excel where I'm just going over Excel and reviewing Excel, and I always back up the spreadsheets that I'm using in the video so you can work along with me and get a little bit more familiar with Excel. Now, if you go to this button, My Finance Lab and eBook, you click on this, and it will show you how to register. You go to this Register Now as a student, and then you will need an email address. Use your Stony Brook email address, the instructor's course ID, and the course ID is, if you go back easily to announcements, here, it's right here in the first announcement, and it's also in the announcement on My Finance Lab, the course ID. And when you register, you click OK, register now. You're going to put in that course ID, and then that will lead you to my class. You can complete the registration and pay for the textbook and the homework manager. I also have a button here for the Zoom Sim. So you click on Zoom, this button here, bring you to zoomsim.net. And I have a separate video I'm going to put on that's going to be separate, which will show you how to register for the simulation and how to join a team in the simulation, but that's a separate video. Here is the link for the Zoom simulation groups. So in here, you will see your team number, name and number, and the other students in your group. Please don't change your team name in the simulation or on Blackboard, so it can easily link you up to what team you're in and what you're doing. This link here will give you the button for Excel for free. So you click here and it'll bring you over to the Stony Brook page where you can get the Microsoft Excel for free, because we will be, we're working with Excel in the course quite a bit. We also have, there's 3 clubs I suggest you join. There's the Investment Club, the Finance Society, and the Risk Management Insurance Club. These 3 clubs are a good way to get involved on campus activities, to get some leadership opportunities, maybe perhaps join the e-board for one of these courses. So when you click on one of the clubs, say the Investment Club, it'll bring you over to SB Engage. And here is where there'll be a button to sign in. Let's move this down. You've got to sign in with your Stony Brook ID, and then there'll be a button that says Join Club. So it's a very good thing to do, to join those clubs. Doesn't mean you have to attend. Doesn't mean you have to you do anything other than just click that join button. And what you'll get is emails about what they're doing. They bring in guest speakers. They bring in former students to talk about how they transitioned from Stony Brook to a job in finance or a job in business. They bring in leaders of business to talk about their business and who they're hiring. And then they also have skills workshops to work on your resume or your interviewing skills. So these are good things to join as a student. Because going to school is not just about attending class. Going to school is about being involved. And that's what businesses want to see when they interview you. They want to ask, and they're not going to ask you about your courses. They're going to ask you about, your leadership, your membership, your service as a Stony Brook student. What else did you do besides go to class? So it's an important aspect to round you out as a student. So that's why I left these buttons here for you to join those clubs. Okay, so that's the end of my video here. I am going to film 2 other videos. One will be about the simulation, how to get started with the simulation, how to register for your team, and then I'll make a separate video on how to use the My Finance Lab and eBook. Okay, thanks for your time. Take care.